Okay, but it's a pot of revenue. That's why these pods of revenue, that's why Bruce come up with these, because that's a pot of revenue. As I tell you, it works totally different than the bar. That
Yes.
revenue comes totally different than the food or the appetizer. You see, because there's a cost involved. That cost involved to store the wine is probably a lot more than it is if you break down meal by meal of what the square foot of the kitchen costs. You see what I'm saying? So the revenue pod that the kitchen produces for is one segment. The dining room, okay, you don't calculate that. That's just a general overhead. But the dining room is part of the wine sales. But you can't put that overhead square footage into the wine sales. But you surely can put it into the overhead of the wine storage.
Okay.
That
Say
makes
that
sense?
again. Yeah, it makes sense, but say it again so they catch it.
Well, you're not going to put the cost of the square footage of the dining room into your wine program. But you do need to consider the cost of the square footage of your wine storage, because that's a direct expense to your wine storage. So that's a direct expense that goes against your wine storage is an asset, okay? But it's basically a non-performing asset until somebody in the dining room orders it. Does that make sense?